Howdy there, Kratic here with a quick build update. I am super excited to bring you this. So with the Skeletal Mage Blood build, the Trag'oul set, I've been optimizing and running. I used to run a third defensive gem, Molten Wildebeest Gizzard, to regenerate the health and make it seamless for casting Skeletal Mage. It's a very comfortable setup, it's a good setup. You can still run that and push high, it's just I found something that I think works better, so I wanted to share that. Basically, I replaced that third gem slot, which was a defensive gem, with Zay's Stone of Vengeance. So every 10 yards you get another multiplier, and no, you're not always going to be at 50 yards, but the build is such that you can position yourself often enough to take advantage of maybe a 30 or 40 yard range and still, make it through the rift depending on the mob type. Sometimes you need to be closer in, and when that happens, it's a slightly lower multiplier, but you still, have your toughness through APDs and that sort of thing. Now, how did I do this? Because dropping all that regen means you're going to probably die pretty quickly, right? Well, no, actually. I got rid of a passive here, a damage passive, so it's a trade-off. But Zay's is much better than spreading Malediction. It's more consistent, especially since you'd only have, on average, like maybe 15 mobs, 10 to 15 mobs cursed at any one time on a good rift, like when you're really pushing. So this passive wasn't quite as good as Zay's, so I put in the Grisly Tribute passive. You're healed for 10% of your life on hit to regenerate the health. Now, it's not a passive regen, your pets have to be hitting the enemy, but it does give the same effect, a lot of regen. And you can see here, I've only got 20,000, so I'm missing a weapon roll for life on hit, and I still was able to clear. So if you wanted to, you could just opt for int on weapon and still get by with this pushing setup. But it's a lot harder. I would really go for the life on hit on weapon. I also put it on bracer here. With my current setup, I actually sacrificed it more than that because I got rid of 6% crit on my bracer. And yeah, 15% life on my shoulders there because I wanted to test out area damage as well, which comes to my second point. I was testing out area damage, so I rolled area damage on shoulders and the ring slot that I had. Oh my goodness, it's not exceptionally better, but I think it is better. I'm still testing it out, so check back for updates later, that sort of thing, but putting just a little bit of area damage into the build seems to help. Somewhere in the 70% to 90% range seems to be perfect, because otherwise you'd be kind of giving up either your attack speed breakpoint, which you don't want to do, or too much toughness loss, which again you don't want to get one shot. So I think 90% is probably the sweet spot, and shoulder and maybe one of your ring slots or your glove slot would be perfect for that. So just giving you a quick update there about the changes. I think that's all that's changed so far, and I'm still pushing, so wish me luck, and I'll roll the 92.